In this video, I want to talk about a realization that I had about eating out and why, when we eat out, we're actually eating a lot more than the actual food itself. Let's jump right into it. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Noah back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. And in today's video, I want to go over a realization that I had about eating out, as well as just kind of a friendly reminder to be a little bit more mindful of what we're eating. Right? A lot of the times we go out and we think that we're getting beans, rice, guac, but we don't really see how it's prepared. And so there's a lot of extra ingredients that go into these ingredients itself. And so let me just start off the story about how I came to this realization and what the realization actually was. So I had a very sharp pain in my stomach this morning. And usually when I have these sharp pains, it's an indication that there's a food that doesn't agree with me. And as soon as I get that pain, I know exactly what food it is. And this particular time, last night I ate out at Chipotle with my brother. And I was pretty hesitant at first because last time I ate at Chipotle, it gave me that same pain that I was talking about this morning. But I was like, why not? My brother and my other sibling are eating out, so I might as well do it too. And so I did. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. And now I know why. Right? I decided why not, and now I know why. But besides all that, this pain was very, it was lingering a lot more longer than it usually does. And so it made me realize that a lot of the times when we eat out at these food places, we're not eating just the ingredients that we're not absorbing just the food that we eat. Oftentimes when we eat out at restaurants, oftentimes a lot of people are working 9-to-5 jobs that they don't really like. They don't necessarily like. And unfortunately, a lot of those 9-to-5 jobs happen to be with dealing with food, right? A lot of the times they end up dealing with food. And because of this, if there is a worker that is stressed out or that doesn't really want to be there, yet they're making your food, all of their energy that they are stressed out about working at that job is all being transferred onto that plate. And so you see, we have to understand that our body is very intelligent. Because of this, our body is able to adapt to the foods that we're eating consistently. And so because a lot of us eat this food unconsciously, right, we don't actually understand what it's doing to our body because our body has adapted to it. That's why a lot of the times we don't feel the effects of fast food if we've been eating it for a while, because our body's used to eating fast food. But in reality, fast food isn't very healthy for us, and it's not good for us. It's made with a whole bunch of processed ingredients, and overall it's just not good. Plus, on top of that fact, right, there's a lot of people who are working behind the counter who are stressed out, right? They don't really like their job, and they don't really want to work there, so they're constantly thinking about that while they're making your food, right? So all of that stressful energy is being transferred onto your plate, and you're actually absorbing that energy. That might be one of the reasons why you are stressed out. You find yourself stressed out at times, or angry, right? Just like, when we eat meat, or when we consume dairy, right, these cows don't necessarily want to give the milk to the humans who are forcefully taking it out of them. And so that stressed out, anxious type of energy is being transferred right onto your plate or into your cup. And so I say this to say that it's important, when you're eating out, it's important to be mindful of where you're eating. Be mindful of the people. Look around. You know, you can tell if someone doesn't want to be there, right? Look into their eyes. Their eyes are the windows to the soul. And so you can tell a lot about a place by how the vibe is as well. You know, I was eating out at this very delicious vegan restaurant with my brother, and I was talking to the person. It was run by her and her sister, and I was talking to the girl, the cashier who was working up front, and me and her were having a conversation about how it's very important to want to serve the customer. You know, and so she was telling me about how her sister wants the customer to have the best experience when she's making the food. And that's so important because that comes out of love, right? It's because you care about the customer, right? She's not thinking about the fact that she doesn't want to be there. She's not thinking about how stressed out she is that she actually has to work there, right? She loves doing it. She enjoys doing it. And because of that, you know, there was no stomach issues after I ate there. It was very good. You know, good service, good food. And it was made out of one, you know, secret ingredient. And if you're wondering what that secret ingredient is, it's love. You know, I'm sure we've all heard the phrase like we've heard that around. The secret ingredient is love. You know, love is a secret ingredient. But it's true, right? Everything is energy. And because everything is energy, we have to understand that we're taking on a lot more than the actual food when we eat out at a restaurant, right? We're also taking in whether that person loves their job or if they hate their job. If they hate their job, then that energy is being transferred onto your plate, and so you end up hating a certain aspect of yourself or something else about your reality, right? And so that's why I want to come on here to remind you to just be a little bit more mindful about where it is that you're eating out, as well as some of the ingredients that you're putting onto your plate, right? A lot of the times we see certain ingredients and we see it at face value. What do I mean by this? A lot of the times we see rice, beans, guac, but we don't really actually see how that rice, beans, and guac are prepared. And, you know, we don't necessarily know that there's a lot more additives that go into these ingredients. And these additives can be very disruptive to the immune system as well as the human body. And so I want to come on here to remind you that, you know, I'm not saying to never eat out again, right? I'm not saying that that it's bad to eat out. But what I am saying is to be a little bit more mindful and to be more present about where it is that you are going to eat out at. And to pay attention to some of the people who are actually making your food. Because that can go a long way, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've seen it firsthand at myself, right? I used to work at Lime, and there would just be people coming in there, and, you know, there was a lot of complaints, right? A lot of complaints in terms of the food, and it's because the people behind the register, you know, so I worked at a register, and the people behind me were actually the people in the kitchen. It was a very small place. And so because of this, right, there was a lot of complaints because the people who were working to bring out the food didn't like their job and they didn't want to be there. They were stressed out. And so that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I really have appreciated all of the support that I've been getting on these videos. It's been tremendous. I've grown so much since I first started. And it's just insane the amount of support that I've been getting. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below as well. I think I said that. But if you have any future video recommendations that you have for me, you can comment them down below as well, or if you just want to say hi. But with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at, and peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.